All right, so I'm here with Brooke. Brooke, how old
Hi,
are you?
I'm 31.
31. And are you originally from Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm from Glendale, Arizona. I was born at Baptist Hospital.
And are you homeless right now?
Um, I don't know, I guess they call it couch surfing. I live with my parents, but I don't want to bring anyone to my house that I would regret bringing there, so I kind of stay out here to not bring anybody there because I tend to be codependent and I just feel like I'll make the wrong decision and bring somebody there that I don't want. I don't want to hurt my family. I love my family.
So you still do have a house. You're not homeless.
This is my parents' house. Um, yeah, I guess you could. Depends on which way you take it. I don't think there's a word for it.
Do you have a substance abuse problem?
Yes.
What do you mess with?
Um, Pills, fentanyl.
Pills. You also mess with the G?
Sometimes, yeah. Sorry.
How long have you been doing that for?
10 years.
10 years? How did you get introduced to it?
My first love gave me a pill, and I didn't know, like, yeah, this was back when they were Percocet, like, the regular ones. And I knew not to do heroin or meth or anything like that, but I didn't know about Percocets. That we weren't told about that in school. It was like that perfect time when Purdue Pharmacy, I think it is, came out with the OxyContin and Percocets, and I thought it was like me, like a Soma, and I had tried a Soma before in like high school, and it was nothing. I didn't even think about it, so I did half a line thinking that it was like a Tylenol. You know, that's in my head. I don't think it's like a drug because I'm thinking heroin is the real drug, or like meth is like a drug. I'll never do that, you know, and I tried it and I fell in love like instantly. It felt like that was the closest thing to heaven I was ever gonna get. Yeah.
And when did you try G for the first time?
I was like 26, I think 27. My ex-boyfriend was doing it like behind my back, and I was like, please stop doing that because you're gonna make me want to do it, and I really don't want to try meth. And like, it really is true. Like, who you surround yourself with is what you're gonna do. You know, if you can't get away from that crowd. But kept on doing it behind my back, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it this one time. You know, you're never gonna do it again. I tried it and I hated it, but I couldn't quit doing it. It's so weird. Most they arrest people for doing drugs and doing something that they hate doing really themselves. It's so crazy.
Have you ever been arrested?
Yes. Too many times.
What did you get arrested for?
Drugs. They actually wanted me to rat on 3 people, and I told them I would do it, and I signed and got out of jail, and because I knew that I could get out in like a couple hours or whatever, and then I got arrested a week later. 2 years go by, I don't call a detective, I don't do anything. I'm sure, like, I don't know, maybe it was my fault, whatever, but I was never really, it is my fault, because I was never really going to do that. I could never put my family in danger, first of all, but I told somebody that story, and 2 days go by, and the cops come arrest me on 2 warrants for the 2 times that I said that I would do it, and also I had drugs on me again, so I got a 3rd case, and they really screwed me hard that time.
And that's good that you didn't go out and do it because a lot of people, they'll agree to it just to get out of jail. But they don't know that actually you're just putting yourself in more danger.
Yeah.
And the police and
They don't
the
care about
government,
you.
they know that.
Yeah.
Because once you're inside the
Yeah.
system and people find out that you
Oh, yeah.
actually told on
Oh
somebody
yeah,
else,
they know.
there's
All
nowhere,
those, yeah, all
there's
those,
nowhere that you could run.
all those documents are,
Yeah.
people know. Like, you can, it literally is not illegal for them to go and look. They wanted me to go meet a drug dealer, and in the middle of a drug deal, when I had the pound or whatever they told me it was, because it was a crazy amount that made no sense. Like, I was like, why couldn't it just be a small amount? You know what I mean? In my head, I'm like, that makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to bust in the middle of a drug deal. Like, it was like they wanted me to get killed, or like they were like trying to set me up to die, and like to get me out of their way. I honestly think that the government, I'm a threat to the government.
Not only that, once you have like paperwork on you, like it's hard to escape that. Any jail, any prison that you go to.
That's why I tell this story, because I know that people can look up my name and they'll know when they see that maybe I agreed to it, but there's no paperwork on me ever doing it, because I would never do that. My family means too much to me. I'd go to hell and stay in hell for eternity for my family if that's what they wanted me to do.
I just think that doing that is
the worst thing you could ever do. So don't do it.
Thing, and because the government knows exactly what they're doing.
They want you to fail, yeah.
The police officers know exactly what's going to happen. You know, they're guaranteeing you your freedom, but then in exchange for what?
Right.
Later on, you're going to end up getting caught up by those people.
Yeah, and if you get a chance, anybody who's watching this, you should watch The Secret Covenant of John D. Rockefeller. Click on the girl who's talking about it, who's reading the story, and watch her facial expressions too as you watch it. It's pretty crazy. It basically shows what the government's doing. We pay them to make rules for us, for them to arrest us. Let me say that one more time. We pay the government to make rules for us, and then they arrest us for breaking those rules. Because we know we're going to break them, like stupid shit, whatever. Tickets, like really? Speeding tickets? Like, okay, maybe whatever. That's a dumb thing to say, but I don't know. I think a lot about this stuff. I feel like people that haven't done drugs are blind to everything.
Yeah, I think if they wanted to stop the blue epidemic, they could.
Absolutely.
Anyways,
they get it all from China or from Mexico. It's not that hard. They supply it. I mean, everyone on drugs knows this. But people that don't do drugs, guarantee, would laugh at me saying that. Would never believe anything I say about the government supplying the drugs.
But anyways, what do you do out here to survive? Like, what do you do to keep the addiction going?
That's pretty rough. I'm not gonna be on Dr. Phil or anything, right? Just kidding. My dad hates Dr. Phil. Sorry, Dr. Phil. Anyways, don't put that on there. You want me to be honest, right? I guess I've stolen from the ones that I love the most. For a long time, I didn't do that, and then it came to a point where my addiction was too expensive, and I was taking care of 3 guys: my boyfriend, my friend, and my other friend. And I sold drugs. I'm never prostituted, though. That's huge to me, and I know my mom doesn't believe me, but honest to God, I never sold myself for money. And I feel like that's why I'm still there and able to like have the life that a little life. No, I feel like I have a lot of life still in me, but the life that I have in me, I think, is because I haven't ever sold myself. I mean, if you think about that, women that are out there selling themselves, that's terrible. Whoever even came up with that, like, you can't sell yourself. God holds on to your soul. But I'm very religious, and the Holy Spirit, obviously, God keeps me. Well, that was the question you asked, but...
What is like one of the most messed up experiences you've had out here, being out here in the streets?
I was raped 3 times by 3 different guys, 3 different times. One time I woke up to this guy touching me, and when you nod out, like your neck gets like stuck sometimes, or like your body, it's hard to move, you know, it's like your arm falling asleep or something. And I like woke up and I couldn't move my neck, so like I saw him out of the corner of my eye, like touching this area, and I like sat up like 10 seconds later, and he like jumped on the couch and acted like he was sleeping real quick. And then like 3 days go by, right? And I am so tired, but like I'm staying awake because I'm scared this guy's touching me, because that's where I'm staying at, because I don't have anywhere else to go. I could go home, but I don't want to put my family in danger. So I wake up, or I nod out, and I'm standing up, like, and I nod out like this, like half leg bent over, like my head is like by my feet, and I'm standing up still. And I woke up to the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. It felt like someone took a brick and smashed it on my head, like, and smashed my skull in. It felt like it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. I cried for like an hour straight, and the guy that was sitting there with me was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I wouldn't even answer him. I was just bawling because I felt like subconsciously I knew he had done something to me. I had no shirt on, I had no bra on when I fell asleep or whatever. I had clothes on, and I think this is what my intuition told me. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I thought that I was maybe getting gangbanged by some dudes, and I woke up in the middle of it and saw what was going on, and they hit me in the head so that I would either die and not know what happened, or I don't know.
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh, and I've also been robbed at gunpoint. This one dude, this African American guy that I met, we were hanging out, and he tried to force me to have sex with him. Nobody's gonna force me to have sex with him. I will get away. I'll die getting away, or I will get away. And he pistol whipped me on the back of my head, and I was still awake after he did that. And I was like going like this, and I just started screaming as loud as I could. And he ran away like a scared little cat.
Well, good for you, man.
Yeah.
That you fought back, you know.
Yeah, I've been jumped by 3 girls.
I think that's one of the best thing that you can do if you're getting kidnapped or anything like that. Just fight.
Yeah.
Fight to the death, because you never know.
Exactly. That's another thing. I've almost been sex trafficked. I was almost all the way to Mexico, like an hour away from Mexico. And I don't even know if I should tell this story or what, but I'll just say whatever. I was going down, maybe it'll help save others. If I die, whatever. Put me out of my misery. But going down this like long dirt road, there's nothing but mountains and desert, and you go left, you turn out this mailbox, you go left, and you go like 5 miles into the desert, and there's a chain link fence with a house in the middle of nowhere. And these guys took me there, and we were gonna make a rap song, right? And I'm like, I just like to rap, and I love having fun or whatever. And I knew the guy from high school, I believe, which is even crazier. But I went with them, and like on the way there, like it was a 3-seater truck. I had a dress on, and the guy is like pulling it up on this side. I'm like, stop it! And the guy's like pulling it up on this side. I'm like, stop it! Like I'm trying to like nicely say it, but not like in a mean way, because I think already my intuition was telling me there's something wrong, and I was like wanted to be nice as possible. And whatever drugs I was on, or drugs that they gave me, I didn't understand that we were driving for like 4 hours. Like that's how messed up these drugs are. That you don't even it's like, supposedly I heard a while ago, there's this drug out there that you can blow in someone's face, and it makes them do whatever you tell them to do. They have no recollection of what they did either.
That's crazy.
Which is even more nuts, because what about like people who rob banks or try to force other people to rob banks? You know what I mean? Like you never even really know if, I don't know. It's just like, what are you thinking? You can't even tell them that story. But when we got there, they kept on trying to have sex with me or whatever, and I kept on saying no. And we made the rap song, and it's so crazy because if you listen to it, maybe he'll put it on the website or whatever, but I'll tell you the information later. Oh, there's people on drugs over there. Anyways.
They've been fighting ever since we got here.
Yeah. Yep. But my dad's in a cab in the middle of the night at like, damn, they are yelling about drugs. Anyways, at 3 o'clock in the morning, freaking, my dad's in a cab. I do not know how he got there, because it was literally in the middle of the desert. It was crazy. So I got very blessed. I'm very blessed to have parents. Yeah. I had the T-Mobile account, so we have location on it in my phone wherever I go. And so if they would have done that to me, my dad would have done anything to find out where I was.
That's good, man.
Yeah, and he, would have done, yeah, they would have known my last known whereabouts.
Good, loving parents. You have, when you grew up, was it a good childhood?
Yeah, my mom says maybe they spoiled me too much. Yeah. That's what my problem is. But I think I just tried the wrong thing. I think this can happen to anybody. It doesn't have to do with the parents. My mom did everything right.
Interview people, they're like 90% of them come from broken homes or homes where they didn't have the father growing up, and that's why I'm like, you know.
I know. I always try to take those people and like hug them and just hold them.
So, just in case one of my subscribers or somebody wants to reach out to you and they want to extend some sort of help, a donation or anything like that, do you have any social media where they can contact you?
Yeah, my name's Brooke Bates. Facebook. I have 10 Facebooks though because people hack my accounts and stuff. Like, that's how crazy this life is. Like, if you're a kid and you're watching this, don't do drugs. I already did enough for you. But it's not worth it. You're doing something that you hate yourself for every single day, and people think that you're like, oh, let's get high, let's have a great time. It's not like that. It's like, oh, I'm out of drugs.
Brooke, how do you think the all this music nowadays influences the young generation?
It's crazy because the guys that I made that rap song with or whatever, I could tell that they were even trying to put subliminal messages or whatever in their music. So I trying to put like good subliminal messages. Like mine's about, it says, I've been sitting here thinking pad and paper and pray, contemplating whether or not to throw it away. They say the struggle is real, but soon they will see that day when it's real, and they will pray on their knees, dear God, trying to do the right thing in a wrong world. Shouldn't be that way, but like a perfect mural. They try to call it a game, but after me, it'll never be the same, so I guess I'm to blame. That's my track. Here's my payback. Ha, 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 ha. And I claim that. And I claim that. And I claim that. And like the laughing, like the ha, 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 is like me laughing at the fear that, evil or wickedness tries to put in me. Because when you laugh at fear, it has no power against you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's original right there.
Yeah, what I say? Yeah, that's all me. And it's so crazy because the people out here are so unique and they have so many talents. And like I almost like sometimes like it out here, which is scary to say, because I don't want to be one of those homeless people. They say they like it on the street better, but I get to meet a lot of new people, and I feel like I'm kind of living the dream right now. And I feel like there's a reason that I did all this, and I just want to help people that do drugs, and I want to start my own business and my own company that like
is that your dream?
Yeah,
to start your
and
own
I will do it.
Do you want to like become a rapper or
No,
something like that?
No, I want to start a business. It's actually the best idea ever. So if anybody's interested in it, I want to make like I want to use marijuana to get people off of hard drugs, because when I smoke weed, it actually makes me not want to do like meth or heroin or any of those drugs. And I don't know, it's just so crazy. It's like I see the bigger picture almost.
It's crazy because a lot of people have mixed feelings about weed. Like, a lot of people think that it's a gateway drug, and some other people thinks it helps get off of the opiates.
Well, have they done it?
Yeah, me personally, I used to smoke. I used to be a daily smoker, and to me, it never took me anywhere else. It was just bud.
Yeah.
I just quit when.
Yeah, People who say that have never done marijuana. I didn't say it like I've never done marijuana. Smoked weed, but it actually, I have like epiphanies, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? It's like a acid come down. Sorry.
It's like crazy. It used to do that to me too. Just make me think about my future and what I'm doing with my life.
Like it's like scary because you're like, you realize everything that you're doing. Even my dad's never done a drug in his life, never even smoked a cigarette, and friggin', he saw what weed did to me, like when I smoked it, and it made me not want to do drugs. Like the way my mind changed, like in an instant. Like I could smoke a joint and probably quit doing drugs right now, which is huge, And he told me he'd buy me a dispensary if I get clean, and a car and a house, and that's how hard it is. I can't even.
I hope you do get clean. Yeah. Like, are you planning on getting clean or not?
Yes. Yeah.
How long do you think it'll be till you actually decide?
Honestly, a couple days. I feel like this is it. I feel like this is my last interview, first and last. No, that's probably 1,000 interviews, right? It's so weird because, like, now I think about it, those were kind of like interviews, all the times I tried to get clean. 1,000,000. One is way too many, 1,000, never enough. But I believe that you should never, ever admit that you're powerless over drugs, and that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly.
AA, like,
Never
really?
give up.
You say that you're powerless over drugs and alcohol and your life has become unmanageable? How are you ever going to manage your life if you're powerless over something, a drug? I have power over drugs and alcohol. My life is becoming manageable.
All right, Brooke. Well, thank you for this interview. I really do appreciate it. And are you okay with me using it on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. You're a great guy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're welcome.